Looking out at our lake. This winter's been super mild. December hardly had any snow. It's 40, 50 degrees, lots of rain. It's January 8th, barely got any snow on the ground, which has really limited any of the outdoor activities that you want to do. But that's about to change. We're going to get some snow this week. Should be a big snow, and going to be ready for it. Going to be doing some snow pushing with my John Deere, my HLA snow pusher. Show you what that's all about, how you do that. It's this one here on the front of my 2025, all set up, ready for action. This one's made by HLA, 1500 model. It's actually 54 inches wide. It's a narrower one. I didn't want the bigger one because I didn't need the bigger one. What I have here is a gravel driveway that's up here. It's short, but it comes down a hill. I also do my neighbors around the area here too, so I don't have a big area to clear with this. So I wanted the smaller snow pusher to help with that. Now, pusher, if you know about it, is different than a plow, and it's different than a blower. So the pusher is going to actually push the snow up into this back part here, force it back out. It's going to push it forward. It's got these sides on it that'll contain the snow in there. So it contains it in here. It's going to push it forward, and then with the loader, you're just cranking this thing up into piles. So if you have the room to put the piles on the side of where you're pushing, then this thing works really, really well. I liked it better than a plow because it did just that. It contained the snow in a certain area, and then I'm telling you, even when you get the piles there, you just push your loader up and forward. It's going to move those piles out of the way. So I'll show you how I do this around the area here at my house. All right, coming down my driveway, gonna go over, get on my John Deere here. You can see the back setup. I got weights on the back, I got weights on the front. There's my snow pusher. Gonna go over and do my neighbors here. We haven't got the big snow yet. Now, one tip I always would recommend is turn your flashers on, especially if you're gonna be up on the street like I am here. You wanna be able to make sure you show up, so always get the flashers on. Here I am coming down. It's kind of drifted up along the road there, so it's quite a pile. But you see this snow pusher really pushes that whole load just right in front of you. There, it's just going to take the whole thing across, get it out of the way quite easily. A 2025, this 25 horsepower tractor, but this tractor really, it's got a lot of power. It just has all that I need on it. So here I'll make another pass so you can see a little bit clean. See how it just holds all the snow in there. It's going to contain it on the side. Going to make a nice neat run right there up to the front where I'm piling it up. Now I'm going to go back on the street here. This is smooth, right? It's paved street here. It's going to make a nice clean contact with the surface there. Push that thing away and clear it off there. Now when I go down the hill here, it's a bit harder because it's not level, and also the ground on here is not paved. So I'm going to pick up some dirt. You got to be careful with the loader level. It takes a little practice to get it in the right spot, because if it's too high, you're going to scrape right over. If it's too low, you're going to pick up everything that's there. So this takes a bit of practice. It is harder on an uneven surface too, like this one here, and this is also at a bit of an angle, so it makes it a little bit tricky, but you can see you just kind of got to watch that loader level and make sure it's got the right grip. So when it grabs stuff, you can see in the little picture here, it's going to pick up everything, the dirt, the leaves, the grass if it's there. So you don't want that loader too low. It's one thing to keep watching when you're doing this. So make a nice clean pass here, get that up to the front. Makes easy work of this. Here's a view from the driver's seat. You're just going to set that loader down. It's a little bit hard to see, so you got to sort of look out over it sometimes to see where it's at, but you're just pushing that up, raising the loader, and letting it fall out of there. You don't need to dump. That's another tip that I learned. It's not like a bucket where you got to dump it each time you go out. You're basically just pushing forward and just leaving that snow pusher at the same level. Well, maybe I dump it every 5 or 10 passes, but the snow just sort of falls out of there into the piles, just like that, when you push it up into a pile like that. You back up here, sort of finish up the rest. See if I can get a clean pass here. There I'm digging a little bit on one side. You can see the dirt chewing up. It's not quite all the way down, just to pick up the last of that pile there. Get that moved over. So it is hard, especially on uneven surface like that. There's a pile at the end near the top of my house. Again, everything gets in there. Leaves, dirt, the snow. You can push that whole pile back if you want to. Snow pusher makes easy work of all of this. Pick one more little pass here, try to get that loader level right. You also want to make sure you got the 4-wheel drive on too. That's another tip I always recommend. January 13th. Yep, we got some snow. Not as much as we were thinking, but we definitely got some. And not so much the additional snow, but it is the drifting that happens around here, because the wind is really, really strong, and 20-30 mile an hour winds right now here and everywhere around here. So it puts up drifts like this. Be a good test for the snow pusher. I just thought this is kind of a cool angle right here. I just put the GoPro on the side of the snow pusher. You can really get a close-up and see how this thing works. I'm just pulling back into my garage. There's a nice level surface, concrete floor in the garage. I got concrete on my driveway there. You can see how this thing just kind of picks it right up. There's no strain at all on the 2025. It's just crunching right through there. Push it up into piles. A little bit of a loader lift there on the joystick, get it pulling back up, get the pile out of the way, come back, get another one. Makes super easy work of this, clearing the snow. These drifts, no issue at all. Saves a lot of time, gets it done. Here's a list of those tips that I was going over, just for your reference. Hey, thanks for watching. Check out my channel. It's Up North Guy on YouTube. I really appreciate anybody that subscribes. It's easy to do. There's no cost, no obligation. Just hit the subscribe button. You'll stay up on the latest how-tos, product reviews, life and living up here. Beautiful northern Michigan.